I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucers. The Air Force interest in this problem has been due to our feeling of an obligation to identify and analyze to the best of our ability anything in the air that may have the possibility of threat or menace to the United States. However, there have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things. It is this group of observations that we now are attempting to resolve.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Well, a new release of so-called British X-Files, or previously classified files from the Ministry of Defense in England, have just been released and revealed a very specific and intriguing case where a UFO was spotted on RAF radar for hours, but the military were told to stand down and do nothing about it. So these new documents, which you're seeing here, revealed that this UFO, which was originally spotted on radar for 7 hours, and the interception of which was, quote, overruled at the highest level. And they were told to do nothing and to ignore it. And the investigation into the phenomenon was only opened after several witnesses spotted a rotating UFO in the sky over Skegness Coast. And according to reports, by that time, several radars had detected the object in the early hours of October 5th, 1996, over Wash. Police statements describing the bright lights, along with civilian reports, were splashed across newspapers and became the subject of several TV shows at the time. It was revealed how the former Defense Secretary Michael Portillo appears to have been slammed by an unnamed government official over the military's, quote, absolute shambles of a reaction, which they suggest could have put the nation at risk. So in this letter, typed on House of Commons headed paper, the name of the sender, by the way, which has been redacted, grilled the then Tory minister by a government official for the lax reaction during what became one of Britain's most mysterious UFO sightings. The letter reads, quote, I am very concerned about the incident that occurred off the Anglian coast recently, involving a visual unidentified flying craft sighting, which was correlated by various different military radar systems. So just to pause here, this object, which was witnessed, and we'll get to what exactly the object looked like here in a minute, was seen on multiple military radars. So it seemed that even the military didn't know what was going on, and they didn't understand why they weren't being scrambled and why they were told to stand down, especially with an uncorrelated target that was picked up so close to the coast. And so, of course, this raised serious issues about the way in which the Air Force and border security in general was enforced. They ask in the letter why RAF Coningsby, just a few miles from the Wash, and who wanted to scramble aircraft, were overruled at the highest level, and why a video taken by police had, quote, disappeared into the bowels of your ministry's main building. The letter continued, quote, the RAF is supposed to, or so I believed, to be keeping a watchful eye on activity in the UK, but seem to have no idea what is going on. And the fact that this thing was on radar for 7 hours kind of does make you wonder. So the author of the letter, who attached a number of photographs and news clippings, a dossier, which includes eyewitness statements from several police officers who saw the object, and also reveals how civil servants were briefed about what caused the mysterious sightings. Documents following a, quote, official probe concluded that several, quote, phenomena might be to blame. It suggests that the lights were observed from, quote, 3 different locations high above the horizon and in the same general direction, indicating a, quote, celestial source. The radar signals could have been explained by a nearby church spire, which was known for, quote, distorting communication systems. Well, that's new. At least they didn't use swamp gas bouncing off of Venus. But I guess it was just a church spire, according to the government, although that doesn't account for the military and the police who saw the object and noted that it certainly wasn't anything attached to a building. This was a craft. And so, according to some reports, the craft, which at times was seen spinning, took on the shape of a, quote, flat, rectangular, or square craft, similar to some sightings here that were actually captured during the same years, from around 1995 to 1996, where similar UFOs were seen. This one here, which like the others were described as, quote, rectangular airships that were unbelievably huge and defied gravity, that would hover silently over large populations and that acted nothing like our commercial or military aircraft. This photo here was actually captured by a commercial pilot who estimated the object was over 200 feet long and traveling at a leisurely 5 miles per hour through the skies. Here's another photo taken of the alleged craft over Canaryville, Utah in 1996. And it was witnessed in the sky above the photographer's parents' mobile home, where the source of the photo remembered hearing a loud sound outside of the home that sounded to him like, quote, 4 or 5 F-16s going around in circles over the house. He said that's when he went outside and he witnessed this object passing over above the trees. He said it was really big, had red and blue lights on it, which again were described in this RAF sighting over England, the same types of lights. And that whatever the craft was, it was nothing like he had ever seen before, and it completely spooked the guy, and I can understand why. So this may very well be what was sighted in 1996 off the coast of England, and when you hear that an unknown person at the highest levels of government told the military to stand down, well, that leads me to believe that either they knew that this was a hostile craft, or that at least attacking it would cause problems, or it was one of their own. And we've spoken a lot about the government and the military testing this anti-gravity tech and the crafts that have been built using the very same back-engineered alien craft or technology that we've gotten our hands on. So definitely interesting. More information is coming to light every day. Unfortunately, the way things work is that most of the new info we get happened 10 to 20 years before. That's just how classified stuff works before it's finally declassified and released to the public. And of course they do this for a reason, so that by the time we see it, it's virtually impossible to investigate or find out what happened. But we will continue reporting on it. And if you guys have seen these mysterious square or rectangular shaped craft before, let me know down in the comments or send me an email down below. It's one of the more rare UFO shapes that you don't really see a lot, so it's intriguing to me for sure. Now, before we go today, if you guys haven't heard, my buddy StreetCap1, who operates a YouTube channel dedicated to studying anomalies in space and on Mars, well, he recently was in a car wreck, after which he had a heart attack. Talk about a bad day. And so apparently he was out driving and he was rear-ended, which then caused him to have a minor heart attack. He's been in the hospital and is now thankfully recovering. He's doing better, it seems. He's back to posting videos. And I just wanted to give a shout out to him to say that we wish you well. We hope you feel better, and we're glad that you are feeling better. And we're happy that he's back to posting videos, so be sure to subscribe to his channel as well. Alright, so thanks again guys for stopping by. I've got another video in the making right now. I may have it up tonight, if not tomorrow, so look out for that. And I will see you all back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.